knitting podcast, although any craft that I'm into you will find here. Today it's mainly knitting. You can find me almost anywhere on the web as The Woolen Moon. There are underscores between the words in Instagram, but I'll add all that information later. So if you have been watching, thank you very much and welcome back. And if you're a new viewer, why don't you please come sit a while with me? Let's see. I have one finished object this week. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know what that is. And I finished my monster knit along socks, my Franken sock kit from Haverland Yarns. And like I said on Instagram, the scariest part of this project was weaving in all the little ends. But now I just can't wait to put these on my feet. Might have even prompted a new Converse purchase. I got some low cuts and a nice ash gray, so these will be spectacular with those. I think as will the rest of the socks that I've been working on. So, and that is really the only thing I finished this week. I made to order another cat hat. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to shut that thing off. What was I saying? Oh, I made another cat hat and I sent that out this week. So that's what we've been up to. It has been a really, really busy week. Time has just been flying by. I did try this podcast yesterday, actually, and I lost like 20 minutes. I didn't hit the record button. I thought I had, and I just gave myself a little breather and said, we'll try again tomorrow. So I feel like I've already said all of this stuff. Well, I have. But if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I said it. So my work in progress. Here's my first two at a time socks that I finished the other ones. Those are really my first now. But these are the first ones that I casted on. That would be Lucy saying hi. She has no idea who I'm talking to, so we're going to bark. And again, this is Witch Candy yarn in the colorway Wicked. I have like a half an inch left, and then I get to start decreasing for the toe. And then I will have a second pair of socks in 1 month. That is like unbelievable for me. So I am very excited. I feel like I am now a sock knitter. And I'm pretty sure the next pair that I cast on, it will be using Susan B. Anthony's Smooth Operator pattern. I did get that, and I think I can handle. I really want to figure out how to do an afterthought heel, because I've had to stop, especially on those two pairs of socks, and wait for me to remember how to do the heel, put everything in. So if we can go back and do it later, that would be awesome. What else am I knitting on? Finally, I did get the yarn last week for my 3 peas in a pod cow. I don't know if you remember. Oops, stuck. I started another row and didn't finish. Oh well. This purple that's in here now. The purple that is in with the grain is actually a lot more prominent. This is coming up really. It goes. Let's just put it that way. It flows a lot better with this than it's showing up here. But this is my progress on my 3 pods in a pea. Yeah, 3 peas in a pod. Mystery knit along. So I'm a little behind on that, but that's okay because I am still really enjoying this project. It's a very, very intuitive knit. You start doing the pattern, you got it. You can take it anywhere, even with the color changes. I've been carrying this with me and just being able to pick up and go when I need to. So I'm just reflecting off my skull. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do with myself? So I'm really enjoying that. So that's going to be my little take along. Unless I think I'm going to cast on another pair of socks and do that too. I started a knitting class this week. It's a mittens and socks. Obviously, I know how to mittens. This is really good. Honestly, I'm not drinking anything. I know how to knit mittens and socks, but I thought it would be fun to go and hang out with people who enjoy the same thing I do. So, and I'm there, and I can help if they need that too. Here's the first mitten that we're supposed to be doing. Now, the pattern that was being used, I believe, it's a free one. It's by Peace Fleece. It says it's a woman's medium. And when I cast on, I knew it was not a woman's medium. Well, for me to knit anyway. So I have I have the second one on there. I'll probably give these away. But this, to me, fits my hand. I would say I'm a woman's large, actually. But it's still pretty comparable to how big. This is more like, in the pattern that I use for this, the number that I cast on for this is a 5 to 7. It was really interesting because people have, they've been knitting for all sorts of different lengths of time, maybe a year. Maybe they're just learning. Maybe they're learning a new way. Maybe, I think one woman is learning continental. And everybody's gauge is so much different than everybody else's, and is really quite interesting to see. So that gauge swatch might really be important after all. I do gauge, but only for bigger projects. Like this, if I picked up a pattern, made it, oh, this is too small, I'll still make the second one. There's always somebody that needs a mitten. Nobody says no. We're in the Northeast. That will always have a good home. So, and these ones are mine. I don't think I have ever really finished a set for me. So, nice, bright red. Yay me. All right. Please stay. Okay. What else? I don't really think that I have too many other things going. I was asked by Jenny, Bommy Knits on Instagram, excuse me, if I would show you my beekeeper's quilt. Now, I'm very embarrassed to say that probably for over a year now, I have not touched it. We had moved, I had packed it, it had stayed packed. When I finally moved my studio into a bigger room, I put it way up high so the cats couldn't make a bed in it. And then I couldn't find it last week to show you. So, just put this whole thing right up here. So the beekeeper's quilt, if you don't know, is made out of hexapuffs. And it's double-sided and they're stuffed. Mine are filled with stuffing and lavender. So it's, even though I actually started this 2 years ago, these still smell beautiful. So I have, I think, close to 40 of them now, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, because like there's 306, I don't know. It's as big as you want to make it, I guess. But even just a small one is like, I think 360, I don't know. That's how long a year is. I got 365 on the brain anyway. So I have a long way to go. That's okay. This one is all made out of DK and worsted weight. I do it all on a size 4 needle. Can I tell you what that is? No, I think it's rubbed off. No, it's rubbed off. So I don't know what that is in millimeters. I have one actually just sitting here waiting to be stuffed. I guess I stopped in the middle of something. So, and I would like to decorate some of mine depending on what it was. And I had made Jenny, the woman who asked, me to show this, an elephant. And I had made it out of this yarn. It's a Noro. And it has many other colors in it. I think there, I don't know if I have, yeah. It went to oranges, to yellows, had purples. It was pretty much a rainbow. So I made her a Ganesh. So on the front side of this one, so I could remember it, I duplicate stitched an elephant, gave him a crocheted ear. I think I crocheted it. Nope, I lied. I actually knit the ear and a little tail. I thought I did a few different things. I made a snowflake out of one. I think I had done some ornaments too. That's where some of my puffs went. Little quick. Had to wrap gifts really quick. I think that's all that was there. No, I guess those are the only two that I really did. But I have actually a notebook that has all my ideas. It has a little snippet of whatever yarns that I'm going to use. Made Kylie a TARDIS hat out of one of those. So, of course, hopefully I'll be able to duplicate stitch a little one of those. First socks that I ever made my mom. I'm going to duplicate a sock on it. I know those are in my book. I don't know what else is in here. Can't remember what that one was. Just came to mind. But I have it all written down. This is the first sock I ever made myself. It didn't fit. So I gave it away, and I'm probably going to put that person's initials in here because she really, really appreciated it. So just things like that. And I know this one's going to take a while. This is the only sock yarn one that I'm going to do in there. And I had decided after I made this one because it is really, really stretchy, and you can, I think I could even have a couple pieces of lavender fell out of this one. So this is my basket. This is what I'm going to be doing with all the leftovers that I have of DK and worsted weight yarn. So I've only done a lot with socks lately, but I think the last few skeins that I've actually ordered have been some DK weight stuff. So now that this is out, maybe it'll get a little more attention. So speaking of scrap blankets, like I feel like everybody else in the universe, oops, I just ditched the other needle. I had started when I started it, I was calling it a Mrs. Weasley blanket. Mrs. Weasley's scrap blanket. And my daughter really, really, really likes that. Oops. Except for I'm not excited about making this one. I love having all of the stuff together. However, the mitered square is it's a little bit, I'm not a modern person. I like, or I don't even know if that's considered modern, but it's not my aesthetic. And I'm sorry, I keep looking at this because I'm remembering this is what you're supposed to do of all the things that you made with it in there. So I hemmed and I hawed a little bit, and I've been holding on to a bunch of minis, and I have decided instead of, I'm keeping that on there, I might work on it little bit by little bit and give Kylie maybe like a pillow or something in that, because she was very ecstatic about me doing it. And if I say it's Mrs. Weasley's anything, she'll be fine with that. Put that back. So what I am going to do, as you saw, I like the Hexapuffs. I like Hexies. And some of the yarn that I had, I didn't have very much left over from making the squares, but I do have some from that. And it is enough to make these little guys. These are not left over from it. These ones are actually from Paper Dog on Instagram, sorry. And this is some of her Zia wools. Now, this is the Weekender from the Weekender blanket. I've just chosen to use a really small hook. This is actually the first time I've used this kind. I don't know if you can, because I usually actually like the Susan Bates more. But I believe this one's by Clover. And I had no problem whatsoever doing this. And this is actually only taking about maybe a gram and a half to do. So they are super tiny, and there's going to be a ton of them. But I really, really like this. And this doesn't take too long. It maybe have taken me like 15, 20 minutes to whip these ones up. All the ends get tucked in as I go along. It's a lot easier for me to hide them in crochet. See? So that's where all my sock minis are gonna probably start going. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do, let me see, like 5 to 10 of each one of them. So there probably will be enough to go on into Mrs. Weasley's blanket if I choose to pick that up again right now, and or just make, like I said, Kylie her pillow. So yeah, I was very happy with that. And my first project also for quilting that I picked up, and I guess I didn't pull it out for today, but I believe I have picked up everything that I need to do do a paper piecing hexie quilt. I don't know, English paper piecing hexie. Oh, I can't remember exactly what it's called. You probably know what I mean, though. Was it Raspberry Rainbow? I think on Instagram is the one that I love watching her make all her hexie pieces and her hexie flowers. Mailman. Oh, UPS man. We don't get mail here. So I guess I'll just gonna slide on over to some acquisitions. Acquisitions are going to be slowing down. I use the rest of my birthday cash. Follow that? I'm missing something. Oh, it was Kylie's other sock yarn, but that's okay. I used most of it to score some stuff from independent dyers that I hadn't bought from yet. I've been friends on Instagram for a while, and from somebody that I buy from often. But I hadn't been able to try some of this, and I see all their stuff, and I really, really love it. The first one, I don't know who I've been following longer. I think it was probably Sarah's Texture Crafts, and I decided I couldn't decide on which color to get of hers. So she's very nicely. She's put together minis. I got a whole bunch of them. Let's see. And there's standard sock, sparkle sock. You got some tweed, variegated, blended. What are you? Variegated. Let's see. Shepherd's Delight. Which I have to say, I think that one might be my favorite one out of these. This is Leaf Fall. That orange is a little blown out. It's beautiful. And then I would like to say that's my favorite one. And then this is Bowie. And then I will say that's my favorite one. So maybe I should just stop. Those are duplicates. Chai. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some splashes of red, and oh, look at that sparkle in there. I love it. And then Cara. So I'm also looking at some of my color choices. I'm wondering if my my hexie weekender blanket is going to be really autumnal. I hope so. The next dyer that I went with that I have known for a while is Alex Reynoso. He is from New York, and he has Alex Creates. And if that doesn't say autumn, I don't know what it is. Or what does. This is called Autumn Breeze. Look at that. Yes. And finally, it's cool enough for me to wear a sweatshirt today. So we're getting there. Oh, excuse me. Now, I had this brown that you saw before. I was putting it in the 3 pips. It's not going to come. Oh, maybe. That was my first selection for the third color in the 3 pips cow. 3 peas in a pod. And it got removed because it didn't go. It didn't pop with the green. And so I bought, this is Plymouth. Mooney ate the tag off it. This is Happy Feet. Oh my goodness. Happy Feet 100 Splash. This is an autumn colorway as well. I believe that's what it's, yeah, it's called autumn. So hopefully they match better here. This is really getting blown out, so let's not even bother. But that will be heels, cuffs, and toes, I think. Or I can put it together for a shawl. Oh, the choices. And then I will be stuck on Ravelry for another couple hours, not doing what I need to do around the house. It's all right with me. Oh, how did I forget? I ordered a second skein from Alex Creates, sitting right here in front of me. This is a bulky. This is hopefully for a hat that's going to go on top of this mess this winter. So here's his. This is bulky, and this one is called Disco Heaven. And I think just still because, you know, I like to peek at you from underneath to see what's going on. I'm really starting to like the brights with the dark. I think my child is rubbing off on me. Okay. And then this I purchased specifically to make myself some fingerless mittens, because I went and I got the box of mittens and hats and stuff out for fall, and I found that all of my fingerless mittens seemed to be missing. Goodness knows where they went. So also going with my fall Halloween theme, I purchased this skein from Yarn Ink. I cannot remember the actual name of the colorway, and it doesn't seem to be on there. This is really not all black. It's very, very dark purple. And this bit right in here has a few black lines, but this is dark purple. I'll put the name of that up. But this is Yarn Ink, Art on a String, and this is DK. And that will be an awesome pair of fingerless mittens for moi. Okay. So also, when I was in my local yarn shop, I had another inspiration of autumn slap me upside the head that I could not say no to. And this is Paca Paints, 100% superfine alpaca, and the colorway is just on here, Mesa, 403 Mesa. Now, I think it's really cool that a lot of Southwestern yarn selections also mirror our autumn. And I'll show you what I mean about that in just a minute too. But this is all alpaca. So soft, so squishy. Smells like my yarn shop, which is really good because it's wool, fudge, and coffee. Alrighty. So let's see. My last purchase. I'm gonna move that over there. Is again from Zia Wools. I'll say that right. It might be helpful. Doug, she dyed up a bunch of different fall colors. And she's like, which one do you like the best? And I'm like, all of them. And I'm like, dude, your budget stretches to 2. That's it. So I got The Last Pumpkin. I think that's the actual name of the colorway. Might have been actually the last skein too, but the whole skein is called The Last Pumpkin. And I also got The Witch and Toad. So I think I am really all stocked up on everything I am going to need for this autumn, and maybe a little more beyond. These are both sock weight, fine fingering sock weight, 75 25 superwash merino nylon, 434 yards. And oh, love the squish. And I love the colors. Oh, can I get away with? Wow. I'm just really liking those. I might just have to leave those out and sit and look at them for a bit. But I guess you can definitely, like, autumn is my favorite season, and the colors that come with it. So she gave me a couple of minis to try it. She always sends some little minis to go in a blanket or whatnot, and she knows what I like, and she knows what Kylie likes, which is really nice. So she sent me this mini in a little stitch marker attached to it, and orange is, as she knows, is my absolute favorite. But this is called Tequila Sunrise. And to me, this is the perfect sugar maple colorway. And this is what I'm saying, that a lot of Southwestern stuff reflects up here, I'm finding, as our autumn colorways from New England. And she gave me a second one too. Oh, the stitch marker in there too. That was a progress keeper. This is the stitch marker. Okay. Sometimes I don't think things just pop out. Here's the other color. I was trying to get that all nicely. You see all the different colors she has. And this is Kylie. Her blues, purples, gray, greens. Oh, and so if you haven't checked her out, put her thing right up there so you can see it. It's Zia Wool's Enchanted Fibers. And you can find her on Etsy. I don't know what. So these are my last crazy purchases, unless I'm doing something just knitting for family for something they asked for, or if I am creating like extra Christmas gifts for somebody I know who is not going to be able to use actual wool. I looked up at what I had today, and I do not have an awful lot of acrylic fibers left. Being very snobby in that area. But usually what I pick out is what I like, and I'm like, I am going to make this for me. Which I guess that's a good segue, because knit-alongs. And I'm not sure how I'm going to work this. I still have some thoughts, but there are so many going on that I am really hoping to take care of myself, as well as do everything for everybody else during the holidays. And I'm sure you feel the same way. And you're like, oh, after the holidays, I'll get to me. After the holidays, we can't wait. We cannot wait. We're here now, and we can't wait. You can't give what you don't have. So I'm expecting for myself, and I hope that you could join me in saying, I am going to make sure that I am doing for myself as well as everybody else during this whole fall holiday season. So under that theme, I would like to do a knit along, craft along, sew along if you're in the southern hemisphere, if you want to garden, whatever it is that gets you out there and makes you feel like you're living life and this is what you love to do and you're creating. And just make sure, that we support each other in that. So along that theme, that's something that I'd like to get going. I will probably do it on Instagram itself, and I will make room in my Ravelry group for that. I am not used to going on Ravelry a lot. I go there to get my brain whirling, and I assumed also that they'd tell me when people joined or people commented and all that in the group. They don't do that. So, hi. I'm really sorry. I did have a couple people stop in and say hello, join the group, and which is lovely because there is absolutely nothing going on there right now. And I will write back. I had no idea till this morning, actually, when I checked. So this wouldn't have even been on the podcast yesterday. So I went and I drew for who was going to get the Zauberball. And this is the name Kylie picked. Simply Mrs. P. So if you want to either on Instagram or Ravelry, send me your address. I will send you out your prize. There we go. Okay. So just other couple things that I came across this week. I actually haven't even looked at it. I opened it. It came in the mail today, and I'm all excited to get into it. Ooh, sorry. This is Filament. It's their first installment. I already like what I see on the cover, and I think I actually saw that, and I was thinking my mom or my sister, actually, for that. So the second thing that's in there is orange. So you knew I was hooked. And I think they were both on the web. And I really haven't had a chance to go through and look through it yet. And actually, when I opened the book for the first time, this is what it landed on. So I know something is going to come out of there for me, for my mom, for my sister. And I love it. Just love it. So hopefully I'll be able to sit down with a cup of tea later and actually enjoy and go through and plan. Other things, what did I think? Oh, that brought me to another thing is I was watching Susan B. Anderson. I was watching back episodes. I hadn't found podcasting until probably like a month and a half ago. Maybe 2 now. And I was watching some of her back episodes in that magazine, Make. I am so jealous that I do not have a copy of that, and it is no longer for sale. It's beautiful. And I know I can still get a hold of some of her patterns. And I could probably look up who else contributed to that and probably buy them separately. But that magazine is beautiful, and I really hope that I will be able to get in on the next issue of that. Another magazine that I just like myself, this is their newest one that just came, and it's pretty darn banged up, but it's called Taproot. And they name all their issues like under one word, and this one is called Wander. I'll just go I just got this one as well. So this one within it has contra dancing, knitted cowl pattern, seed saving, reconsidering GMOs, butterfly gardens, energy bar, homemade medicines. The photography in here is beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. Sorry about the glare. My inability to. So, and everything is like really, really down to earth. Like, see, even the photography in here. I'm not going to show you. Oops. In the middle section, there is always a pull-out. I want to rip it. There's always a pull-out to color. Sideways there. And the articles are really good. Some of them are thought-provoking. Some of them tell me how to do things that I wanted to know how to do for a while. And it's pretty much all natural. Paper mache masks are in this one too. See, I haven't even looked through this one. Oh, I did want to show you. I don't know if I can find it. No, I won't waste my time. But this is a good read. Even if you just pick one, it comes out 4 times a year. So it's fairly pricey, but for what I get out of these, I really don't mind. And it's a good thing you can leaf through this several times and just think. I think the inner Laura Ingalls Wilder in me loves this kind of stuff. So, Taproot. And I think, oh no, one more thing. So I am a little bit on my way to getting me back to being healthy, as I said before. I think, in my first podcast and getting back and being active in the community. So I've taken a couple of courses. This, like I said, I am knitting, and I also am taking a photography course. And I feel like I am all over the map trying to do all sorts of things. And I need to figure out how to come back and center myself and get myself all together. And I used to be really, really good at this. I was beyond good at it. I was so organized, I'd organize my organization. So I feel like I went to the two extremes. So now I need to meet somewhere in the middle. So I have journals for just writing. I have journals for just doodling. I have journals to try to keep a schedule, to try to keep track of things. I have them all over the place for everything. And they're so big and it's so daunting. And I think I finally found the perfect thing for me. I think my things need to be in one place. I think they need to be portable. And so I found this little traveler's journal. I haven't put anything in it yet because I wanted to show you what was in it. Or what I also, you can fill it with anything that you would like. This is not actually the traveler's journal, but it fits all its pieces in it. It's just a leather outer cover. So I have one that has some lined paper, like when I need that for my writing. My calendar. Because honestly, that bullet journaling and drawing all of that, I would rather be knitting. I would rather be crafting. I would rather be outside doing something. I did put in these. I will not use them for credit cards. I will use them for business cards, for people I need to remember, for contacts to get back to little scraps of paper that have inspirational sayings. So I have a couple of those in here. I have blank paper, for my doodles. I keep telling you someday I'll get used to that. Maybe not. That's the other side of the plastic. And then I have the grid. And that is the kind of paper that I usually use when I'm trying to work a pattern or adapt a pattern so I can create something for somebody else. And it is where I put all my ideas as far as knitting and creating go. And I find myself leafing through like encyclopedias or dictionaries of these kind of stitches and how to make that and these kind of cables and this kind of color work. And I'm finding myself going, oh, well, what if this goes with this? So I think I don't know. If I put it out there, I might want to try a little bit at designing. So I'm not sure if it's just for me. I'm not sure if it's for everybody, but I want to give it a go. I want to try it. So I'm going to. And that part of the journal is for that, or just for adapting patterns. But I haven't figured out how to put my nifty pen with this yet, or pencils, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, it just, the more scattered journals for different things makes me feel scattered. So we'll see how it does going all in one place. So I don't think I have anything else. It's been a quick week. My daughter is now in driver's ed. I'm attending 2 classes. My husband's running around trying to, he's attending some driver. He had to attend the driver's ed class with her, which was really, really cool. And we have different schedules of pickups and drop-offs. So we're adjusting to that, and we're a little tired from, it's not so lazy getting up and going in the morning. Last weekend we didn't really stay in bed. We went right out, did some apple picking. I'll be doing a lot of apple processing tomorrow. And this weekend, this Saturday, we're going to what is called the Common Ground Fair. It's in Unity, Maine. So I will probably take lots of pictures or some video of that and share that with you too. So I hope all is well with you, and thanks for coming. And I hope to see you all back again next week. I am going to try to podcast in the middle of the week. I'm a day later than I thought I would be because, like I said, I'm doing this again. So have fun crafting, knitting, doing whatever that makes you happy and brings you joy. So bye-bye for now, and namaste.